shot. It is another week, another Nintendo Direct. This is 3 of them in a row. Come on now. What are you doing, Nintendo? It's still the buttfuck of the morning. Don't you got anything better to do than to air Nintendo Directs? What's that? Was that leak your games ahead of time? No, Nintendo would never. Nintendo would, no, they're beyond leaks. That's such a fucking last year type thing. They don't do that shit anymore. Goddamn. Welcome everyone to the Gabe Gets Mike Wazowski stream. I guess I can do it that way. But now you see my chat from yesterday. I didn't ever close the chat plugin, so it's there. And you can see the history. You can see that people were talking. Well, welcome to the stream, everyone. I have for you something special. That's right. I made this. Look at me. Look at me in the goddamn eyes. All right. You see these peepers? I made this. It's my Nintendo Direct, just for you. And you know what? You're not gonna like it. I guarantee it. No matter what, I'm going into this Direct, and I'm going to be very whelmed. I promise you. Nothing interesting is going to happen here. No, maybe not nothing interesting, but that makes me sound like I'm one of those fuckers that won't even watch the Partner Direct. No. There's good stuff here. And in fact, there's probably stuff that will be better than a lot of first-party Nintendo stuff here. I'm willing to bet. Because third parties really know how to knock it out of the park sometimes. Keyword there is sometimes. Other times they release, rushed ports. So hopefully we get a port and a game. Oh, I hope there's one game here today. That would make me so... If I will literally drink water if there is one game here tonight. Just one. That's all I'm asking. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people, like, mixed reception on their hype levels for this. No matter what I do, I can't put myself in a good spot here. I've seen mixed reception levels of hype for this. The big thing that I'm noticing is people are hoping for a general direct, and obviously this is no general direct. This is Partner Direct, which mostly won't focus on the Mario. So that one guy, who's it, Nintendo Land, I think is the name of the YouTuber, he's going to rage bait the shit out of this because there is no Mario, and Nintendo just keeps forgetting about their #1 best-selling franchise. How could they do this? I don't know, but it's gonna be okay. I promise it's gonna be okay. And I apologize if it sounds like I'm being an asshole towards that guy. I know the opinion is a little bit more complex there. And I don't mean to, like, come at him or anything, but just, like, forgive me, for I have not watched your video, and maybe that makes me, part of the problem. But when you say on your thumbnail and your video title, Nintendo has forgotten about Mario, I'm sorry but that's, to me, that's just rage bait and clickbait. I'm not following through with that, because what you mean? Literally, there's like a Mario thing every like 3 to 4 months, I feel. Maybe not actually. I haven't actually like done the calculations, but there's at least something Mario every year, right? I mean, it's not the Mario that this person I think wants in particular, but I don't know. It seems like kind of a stretch, if you ask me, to say that they've forgotten about their most successful franchise. But I digress. Sorry, I don't mean to come at that person. All I do want to say is that this is not where they're going to talk about the Marios. They're going to talk about... I guess I can get this out of the way for now. They're going to talk about Probably Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because we do know that that is coming to Switch too. Because Square has talked about it. They're going to probably talk about that Adventures of Elliot game that I played the demo for and actually quite liked. I wouldn't be upset if Mina the Hollower is here, but that's technically indie because it's Yacht Club, so it might not. It might, I don't know. Yacht Club is also kind of a bigger name and not quite, I don't know. It could be here, it could not. I'm not going to make a strong bet one way or another. 10 minutes of Resident Evil 9. I don't really know if there's much really left for them to do with Resident Evil 9. I mean, I don't know how much of that comment is a shitpost, or are you, like, actually, like, bracing for impact, but I don't think there's gonna be 10 minutes of Resident Evil 9. I wouldn't be surprised if RE9 is here, but I would be surprised if it goes over a minute, if I'm being, like, totally truthful. 20% shitpost, 80% brace. Well, we'll see. I didn't make the direct, of course. That's just my prediction, because, I mean, the game comes out in, like, what, 2 weeks? So it's not like they can do a big blowout, and I'm pretty sure... Didn't they do a pretty decent blowout, like, trailer reveal type thing with the last partner direct? Or maybe it was the Switch... the Switch 2, like, unveiling direct or whatever? I mean, I wouldn't doubt that there's something here that's gonna pad, but... At the very least, this is a 30-minute direct, which is, like, that's pretty long. The only time that, in recent memory, that a segment has gone on that long in a Nintendo Direct is usually when Nintendo's talking about their own games, you know? I feel like, to a certain degree, maybe Nintendo's guidelines... I'm talking out of my ass wholly here, but... I feel like maybe to a certain extent, Nintendo's guidelines may suggest, you know, hey, you know, not like Jeff Keighley wrap it up, but also like, don't spend too long. We got other shit to do, you know. We don't want to make this too long. That's my prediction. I don't actually know that for sure by any stretch of the definition. But yeah, what else? There's been a lot of talk about a Xenoblade Warriors. We mentioned this during Hytale yesterday. I don't think Xenoblade Warriors would be here. It feels a little soon after Age of Imprisonment, but I would love to be wrong. One thing that I think I did forget to mention during yesterday's Hytale stream, though, was regarding the Xenoblade voice actor, like, saying Xenoblade 2026. I did mention that the voice actor in particular is the voice of the Blade, Cosmos, and Telos. Which, you know, everyone immediately is like, okay, well, that's gonna be Xenoblade 2 DE then, or maybe a Xenoblade Warriors that just has Cosmos, or maybe even Nim, because that voice actor does other characters than just Cosmos. Nim is a random choice if you ask me, but alright. My real prediction is potentially Xenosaga remasters. I don't see it happening, especially because now Xenosaga's in an even weirder place. Not only is it, like, considered canon to the Xenoblade because of both Xenoblade 2 and 3's DLC, but also, mysteriously, Xenosaga has disappeared from Bandai Namco's list of owned IPs, which makes me think potentially Monolith bought the rights to it. And if Monolith fully owns it, I don't know if I'm going to fully expect it to be here. Again, this is a partner direct, but that hasn't stopped Nintendo in the past from including certain things. Like, I think Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment was shown off in a partner direct, if I'm not mistaken. It was originally shown off in the Switch unveiling direct, but then they elaborated on it more, I think, during a partner direct. So, it could happen because it's like second party and they're working with the IP. I don't know. There's also the technicality of Fire Emblem. Intelligent Systems is not wholly owned, or I think even in any portion owned by Nintendo. Nintendo owns the IPs, but the company of Intelligent System is like on its own, I think. So it's a stretch if you ask me. I really don't see Fire Emblem being here today, but you know, that's what I've seen a lot of hopium people who are trying to gas this direct up and salvage whatever left hype there is for this. I'm just gonna say it to start. I'm gonna go into this direct expecting to be whelmed. Not overwhelmed, not underwhelmed. I will be whelmed. I'm gonna watch this and I'm gonna be, maybe there's one or two things here that I might buy. I'm not expecting anything big from this direct. And I'm not necessarily expecting a big major first party direct in a week or two either. I've seen a lot of people saying that, just like, ooh, next week! If they're doing a partner direct now, and they elaborated on all their previous, like, they just did a whole bunch of, like, Twitter drops over the last few weeks, where it was, like, updates on, I don't even remember all the shit. I mean, the DK thing came out of nowhere, and that was just, like, a random fucking Thursday. The Splatoon thing, the Splatoon 3 update was, like, that was pretty substantial, I heard. I didn't play it, but, like, you know, that was also just another random fucking Tuesday that people were just surprised to see Nintendo tweeting out new content. And then, this wasn't recent, but also, like, there was the Pikmin 4 update that was, like, two or 3 months ago, where they just randomly updated Pikmin 4. They optionally removed the lock-on command that everyone hates, or, well, Pikmin Elite fans, I guess, hate. I kind of liked it, but whatever. Deltarune? I don't know if Deltarune's gonna be here. I do know we got a trailer not too long ago for Chapter 5. And unless Toby Fox is gonna do some sneaky shit where, like, at the end of Chapter 4, and it said 2026, and it's like March 2026. I don't expect to see it right now. I'm expecting that in, like, summer. In which case, he'll either probably drop his own trailer on his own terms, or... I mean, I say that, though, but Deltarune... I had my doubts of Deltarune being a part of the April Direct last year, and then it was there. It was at the Switch 2 showcase, and it was considered like a launch title, so... I mean, I would imagine Deltarune does best on Nintendo consoles, but I don't know. I'm only assuming that because of, like, the Earthbound inspiration, but, I mean, I know it's available on everything, so... I don't know. He outright said it will not be releasing in early 2026. So, okay. So, then... At the very least, it's not happening next month. The earliest I can see it is, like, May. And even with May, I don't see it being in this Direct. Maybe in the next major Direct? Yeah, I could see that. I don't know, any other predictions that we have? Oh, look, the chat is finally showing up on the overlay. I need to, like, reprogram how that is, because it starts at the top and then it works its way down. Dragon Ball Fusions. Is that an NSO drop? Or is that like a sequel? I know Dragon Ball Fusions was a GBA game, right? It's just Cope? Oh, okay. I wonder, you said that they were doing new content for Sparking Zero, right? Like they're adding Demon King Piccolo. I haven't been following that game's, like, new content drops, but I'm wondering, maybe they could do just a drop of a character or announcement here. Fusions was a 3DS game. Oh. Well, wasn't there a Game Boy Advance game that you were trying to get me to play, or was that Fusions? It's like 30 characters? Okay. That was Fusions. Okay. Interesting. Well, I mean, yeah, there's a non-zero chance of Dragon Ball being here. I mean, anime tie-in games in general are probably going to be at this show, I would imagine. Something. I don't know anything about it, but I heard some people talking about some game that's sort of like Split Fiction, but it has an anime art style. That might be here. Honestly, I'm just spitballing what my brain is aware of. There could be so much things. I saw some people thinking this is going to be where the Master Chief Collection gets announced for Switch 2, or maybe even the new Combat Evolved remake, which is just, you know, remake slop. But I digress. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see something Microsoft here. Would be, you know what? I would actually be okay with seeing some of the Fallout games on here. We don't have any Fallout other than like the mobile game, right? The Vault. What was that game? You know what I'm talking about? The mobile Vault game that came to Switch for some reason. I wouldn't... Yeah. I don't remember what that fucking game was called. But, yeah, if we could see, like, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, maybe even Fallout 4 on here, that'd be cool. I've never played the Fallout series, but I've always had a passing interest in it. It's just... I didn't really... I mean, I guess I did have a 360, but I never really played it growing up. And I know it's on PC, but I think it would be nice to have it just on Switch running, and I don't have to do the headache of like setting it up. And the only reason why I call it or insist it's a headache is because like I tried playing the original Lego Star Wars, or rather the complete saga, which is episodes 1 through 6. You know, it was like a Wii game released in like 2007 or something. I bought that on Steam to play on my own time fucking years ago. And I remember it was just kind of a nightmare because the game is not really programmed around like modern graphics cards and like widescreen monitors, and like every time I booted the game it would like force the resolution of my monitor to change, and then that would like fuck up my whole system because I have multiple monitors. Yeah, so I don't know if the Fallout games do that. I would imagine they're probably a little bit more optimized because it's Bethesda. But all this to say, this is my mental gymnastics for why I don't want to buy this game on PC and instead would rather just get it on a console. And also, it's just kind of nice to have these games portably, especially if I'm not going to end up streaming them. Which, you know, more and more, I've been playing more games off stream. But alright, this should be starting... Right? I mean, it's 59. Ah, yes, the countdown has begun! Alright, final predictions! They're gonna bring the cheese! They're gonna... Ah! Gotta let you... Yeah. You like that? Yeah! Cheese! I love cheese! Alright, time to... Sorry, I fell asleep because this is already boring! My sleep schedule is going to be fucked today, by the way. I'll talk about it later, but... Anime.
Deep in space, a research station was suddenly struck by a cosmic storm.
I don't know what this is.
15 years later, its survivors are living peacefully. But the threat of
Is this the split fiction anime game I was just talking about? I don't know anything about it. Orbitals? I think it is, actually.
Maki and Omura, two young explorers, must now brave galactic dangers and save
I like that
all
it looks
that's
like
left
actually
of
like
their home.
vintage anime.
Teamwork is key in this two-player co-op
Oh, yeah.
adventure.
Okay.
You'll need a few tools to survive.
Keep in mind, by the way, this is Switch 1 and Switch 2. I did forget to mention that.
Carve a path forward.
So I don't know if we're looking at Switch 1 or Switch 2 footage here, but it does look a little low res, but
Water to activate mechanisms
could be Switch 1 footage. Never know.
and cool down scorching surfaces. And the
Music's
beam cannon
awesome for
fires a
this.
stream of super hot heat
I own
to
Split
destroy
Fiction. I just gotta get around to actually
obstacles,
playing it.
open doors, and more. Use the tools together.
Samus
and
can
you
open
might
doors with her
discover
mind.
unexpected solutions to puzzles. While exploring, you can encounter strange life forms, or opt for a detour and take a little travel break. With GameShare, two
Okay.
players can adventure together locally or online if one person has the game.
Got it. After having like 6
Can
months
these
with
two
the Switch
brave
2,
explorers save their home?
genuinely, it feels so foreign to hold a Switch 1.
Orbitals launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2
No, this is
system
just Switch
this
2
summer.
only. Okay. So the low-res blurry thing
Hello,
is
everyone.
Switch
Welcome
2
to today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. In this presentation, we'll be focusing on games from our publishing and development partners coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems.
It could also
What
be
you
the
just saw was Orbitals,
the Direct
launching
itself
exclusively on Nintendo
is
Switch
low
2
res.
this summer. We hope
Yeah,
you're
I'm in
looking forward to
1080p,
this
not 2K.
intergalactic
that would help.
summer. We hope you're
Not that
looking
this makes
forward to
any
this
difference for you.
intergalactic co-op puzzle adventure. Okay, let's take a look at some upcoming
Oh,
Nintendo
yeah.
Switch games.
Nintendo Switch 1. Graphics. We don't need those.
Is this Layton? Or is this Phoenix Wright? I forgot to mention that. I want a new Phoenix Wright. I'm desperate for one.
In the waters of Issei Bay, on an island where legends of mermaids have been passed down, a tale
Okay.
of mysteries and curses stirs.
What's the X button?
The latest
Oh,
Paranormacite mystery adventure is coming to
never
the
heard of
Nintendo
this.
Switch system. The story follows Yuza Minakuchi, a boy who works as a pearl
Minakuchi?
diver. One day, while gathering on the seafloor, he encounters another version of himself. This phenomenon is just the beginning. Soon, other strange incidents begin to plague the island. A girl with no memories,
I can't watch this. I can't watch.
strangers searching for treasure, and a housewife investigating victims of drowning. Speaking to those involved is a natural part of the investigation, but you'll also need to search deep within the waters of Issei Bay. As each of their motives intertwine, the story
it's so
connects to the
tiny.
mermaid legend told centuries ago.
This is an Ace Attorney
Paranormacite,
7.
The Mermaid's Curse.
I don't
launches
care.
On Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, look
February
at this thing.
19th.
Look at how tiny it is
Pre-orders begin later today on
compared
Nintendo
to
eShop.
the Behemoth, which isn't
Battle
even
for
that big.
World Glory.
But like,
A new Captain Tsubasa game is kicking its way onto Nintendo Switch. Choose from a roster of over 110 characters, representing
finally, a
22
FIFA game
teams.
I can get into.
Score with powerful shots from the original work, as well as newly added special moves.
Okay,
that
lots
give
of
passes,
anime to
blocks,
start.
Dribbles and tackles a boost. Go on the offensive against elite competitors. as
American
you aim
gamers are
for
angry
victory.
right now.
Gear up for sensational soccer action.
Lots of
When Captain
specifically
Tsubasa 2
retro
World
anime
Fighters
happening right now.
launches on the Nintendo Switch system this year. Next up are games heading to Nintendo Switch 2.
Wow, just 2
including some
games.
that
Come
will
to
also
Switch
be
1.
available on Nintendo
Oh,
Switch.
okay.
A life or death fight for survival begins.
20 minutes on Resident Evil 9.
Oh, wait.
Until a cave-in befell
That's not
the
what this
city
is.
of Tokyo. As the dust
I
settles,
thought this was RE9.
protagonist
That's how little I know about Resident
discovers
Evil.
an underground world deep below the metropolis.
I've thought about
But
getting into
she's
this
not
series
alone.
before, but I don't know.
Creatures called Xeno populate the unknown.
Xeno?
expanse. If you're found by a Xeno, it's game over.
Is it? That
Fighting
didn't
is
really
not
look
an
like it
option.
got her
So quick
there, if
thinking
I'm being
and
totally real with you.
decision-making are vital to your survival. Analyze their patterns.
God, this looks so
and
crusty.
Find the best route to make your escape.
The lighting is so... Ooh.
Activate traps in each area to lure and ensnare.
Are we sure this
any
isn't Switch 1
stalking
footage?
Xeno.
Alright, that's fun.
And by using GameShare, up to 4 players can share controls, including Anne's movement and camera adjustments,
What?
whether locally or online.
Well, what do
Coordinating with
you
your
mean?
friends is key
It's
to
not even
making it
split
out
screen.
alive.
You're just sharing the controller. Also, why'd that look like a PSN pop-up?
Survive the subterranean depths in Tokyo Scramble, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2, February 11th.
Yeah, that
Pre-orders
looks
begin later
crusty.
today
I'm not gonna
on
lie.
Nintendo eShop.
It's exclusive to it as well, which makes it even
Awake
worse
your
because
Viking
it's not
spirit.
even coming to anything else, so it just looks bad.
Battle, build, and conquer.
I can't
in
even
this
get it
massive
running
survival
better on
game.
something else.
How you go about it is entirely up to you. You could start by gathering materials around the woods,
Wow.
fashion a bow, and
Are you
arrows
wound yet?
to hunt wildlife and prepare meals. With an axe, you can chop trees to build a house.
Ah,
Don't get
jeez!
hit by falling trees.
That was a terrible visual effect. What the
Build
fuck?
pillars, install beams.
Please don't
construct
kill your
walls,
audience.
Make the roof, and even add a fireplace. Now you're safe, even from the cold. Wait, is this ventilated? Don't forget the chimney too. By
Great.
upgrading your crafting stations, you can make items of higher quality. And once you've built a ship, set sail on the high seas to reach new lands and create even more strongholds. Plus, up to 10 players online can explore this vast world together.
You need NSO.
Now, go forth and survive in Valheim,
Wow,
launching on Nintendo
Valheim.
Switch 2 this
The
year.
game I've been able to play on PC for
Find
years.
your way forward in these games.
Valheim is optimized.
Return to the kingdom of Hallownest and fight back the infection in this upgraded
I literally
modern
just
classic.
played this.
Dodge, dash, and slash through this 2D action adventure
But yeah,
platformer.
they announced this a
Now
while
with
ago.
enhanced visuals
Switch 2
and
version.
improved framing on Nintendo Switch 2. Use quick tap to enhance your abilities
said it!
and deal magic damage using upgradable spells while exploring the vast interconnected map. Descend into
Like
a
I said
world of
in my
insects
Gabe
and
Awards, I like
heroes
this
when
game, but not as much as some
Hollow
people.
Knight, Nintendo
Despite
Switch
what my
2 edition
screaming might make you
launches on Nintendo
might make
Switch
you
2
think.
Later today. Nintendo Switch 2 players who have Hollow Knight on Nintendo Switch can upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition for free with the upgrade pack.
That makes sense. Free
eFootball,
update. I have no
reborn from
intentions
Pro
to play through that
Evolution
game
Soccer
again,
is
but
coming to Nintendo
if I want
Switch
to,
2.
now it'll be slightly
Build
less
out your
crusty.
club,
I mean, I felt like it
sign
ran
legendary
pretty
players,
good.
and compete in tournaments around the globe in World Tour mode. Join
Yeah.
an exciting competition where national teams face off every 4
Yeah.
years in the International Cup Tournament. Or play with friends
Listen,
locally or
listen.
online to
We
prove
heard you
who's at
guys
the
were
top
like
of their game.
interested and excited for Mario
Experience
Tennis.
the excitement of
How about you
soccer
just have
and
regular
aim to be the
sports,
best
but
in the
you don't
world
have to
when
do the work?
eFootball Kickoff launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this summer.
Wow!
Travel
Here it
through
is.
4 ages in
This
a brand new
don't sleep on this game just because it's HD 2D. This is actually a pretty good, like, classic Zelda-like.
Elliot's own time. The age of Reconstruction, when humans nearly went extinct.
At least based on the demo I played.
A time when spells flourished. And the age of budding, the birth of human civilization. In each age, the scenery and citizens of Elliot's hometown will change. You can also obtain some weapons and magic unique to certain time
I do wish I could make the fairy shut the fuck up, though.
Time will soon begin. The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales, launches on the Nintendo Switch 2
I'm gonna get that.
system,
I don't know if I'll
June
stream it,
18th.
but I'm gonna definitely get that.
Super Bomberman games from the Super NES era. Play the first Super Bomberman.
Yeah, but where's Bomberman 64? I don't give a shit.
Series, Super Bomberman
Or
5,
Bomberman
including
Generations.
titles previously unreleased worldwide.
Oh.
The Famicom versions of Bomberman and Bomberman 2 are also included. Plus, there's a brand new Boss Rush mode,
Okay.
as well as Game Share support.
That's nice. Alright, I'll
Super
buy this, and then
Bomberman
all you guys
Collection
can just play off of my
launches on
copy.
Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch
Today!
Later
Oh,
today.
wow. I was joking! Physical version? Did
Unknown
that say
journey
August?
continues. The second entry in the Final Fantasy VII Remake series is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
He's alive.
In pursuit
I
of
like
his
the number 7.
arch-nemesis Sephiroth, Cloud Strife and his comrades escape
I haven't
the city of
decided
Midgar
if I'm
and
streaming
embark
more
on
of
a
this or
journey
if I'm just gonna
across the
play it on
vast
my own.
world. Traverse the planet on chocobos,
It looks kind of crusty.
in a buggy,
On,
or other modes of transportation.
Looks kind of crusty on Switch,
Team up
but I
with
mean,
allies in
it
battles,
kind of
blending
ran
action
like
and
on
strategy.
PS5, I heard. So the fact this runs it
If
all
you'd like
on
to
Switch,
focus
I'll
on the
take it.
story, there's also a boost function to make combat easier. You'll also find various activities scattered across the world.
FF7
allowing you to
Remake
take a
Part
break
1
from the action.
had like a lot of problems for me on
As
PC
you
though.
interact with your allies,
Fucking cutscenes
their
wouldn't
affinity
work.
toward you will grow and impact how the story unfolds.
I'm interested in Tifa's Tifa.
What
I must
fate
learn more
awaits
about that
Cloud
purple
and his
dress.
crew in their pursuit of Sephiroth? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth launches on Nintendo Switch.
My opinion
2,
on this will
June
make
3rd.
others want me dead.
Pre-orders
Hey,
begin
you know,
later today
even if you're not
on
into it,
Nintendo eShop.
I'm never gonna ridicule you for that. You know, I'm all here for whatever opinion you might have. If it's not your thing, then it's not your thing. You know. I was mixed on FF7 Remake. I like
While
the original
investigating
FF7
the
quite a
Lunar
bit,
Research
but
Station,
even
an
still, I'm not
injury
like the
befalls
biggest Final
spacefarer
Fantasy
Hugh
guy.
Williams. With him is Diana, an android called a Pragmata.
There you are.
Oh yeah, this is the other game that was at the previews.
Classified as unauthorized intruders, the two are
This one
targeted
ran
by the
apparently a
station
little
AI,
worse than
which sends enemy
RE9
bots after them.
at the preview events.
Come on, gun work.
These bots have near impenetrable armor.
I think I can help.
But with
Also, there's an
Diana's
amiibo
hacking skills,
for that
you can break down their defenses.
girl,
Initiating help.
I think.
What the heck was that?
By
Android,
moving the
I
cursor
think.
through panels toward the green goal, you can hack the enemy bots.
There's no time to explain. Shoot now.
Once their weak points are exposed, fire away.
I hacked it.
Depending on the nodes you pass
They saw
through,
Donkey Kong Bonanza and was like, we can do a Yap Child. Let me do a Yap Child real quick.
Second decision can change the outcome of battle.
This child will never shut the fuck up.
Energy levels.
What truths will the two find in this AI-controlled lunar station?
So it's not one of your
Buzzword, AI.
Overdrive protocols. Initiate.
God, this stream is like, I don't know if it's just the bit rate of the stream itself or the game's looking like crusty assholes, but it's chunky pixels right now.
This is how we say good job.
Great.
And what will Diana learn on this journey? Pragmata launches on Nintendo
She
Switch
will
2,
learn
April 24th.
how to
A
stretch the
demo will be
cheese.
available later today on Nintendo eShop. We hope you're looking forward to fast-paced combat and exploration.
I'm not.
With a unique combination of hacking and shooting. Let's continue with more headlines.
Hacking.
Hacker man.
Journey to the Lost Lands.
What is this? Jumanji?
Become a legendary Turok warrior in
Oh,
this
Turok, right.
intergalactic action shooter. To stop an alien threat from destroying all human life, you'll journey solo or with a team of warriors online and battle all sorts of primal creatures in ferocious combat. Swap between first-person
I have no
and
interest in
third-person
this, if I'm being real.
perspectives as you unleash weapons, melee attacks, and special abilities to devastate foes. Extract DNA from fallen enemies and the environment to upgrade your arsenal, evolve your mantle, and unlock
I've heard good
even
things
more
about
abilities
Turok.
called
I just-
Echo-Syncs
I don't know.
to gain a greater edge in combat.
Nothing about it seems like my cup of tea, I guess.
As you venture across breathtaking worlds,
Dinosaurs
you'll
are cool,
unravel
I
the
guess,
mysteries that
but
ultimately hold the key
doesn't
to
really
saving humanity.
grip me. This is the first Turok game in quite a while, though, right?
Turok Origins launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this fall.
The last was like Turok 3.
Uncover the truth of
Enemy. That's not Phoenix
In a
right.
Japan where Kyoto is the capital, another world exists that's encroaching on our own.
Oh, is
A
this
world where monsters
done by
roam
Atlas?
free.
This looks like Atlas art
A
style.
boy named Ray must use his newly awakened powers against the threat.
Anime
as he
game
joins
with
Hirosaka
swords?
Academy, a school for gifted students.
And the characters are in
Academy's goal?
school.
Conquer Xanadu.
What?
The great
I
labyrinth
never heard of
leads into
this.
the origin of this other world. While traversing the labyrinth, hone your
it's a
abilities
what?
and reshape
It's
the
a 2D
terrain to
platformer?
expand the range of your exploration.
It's a
Then
Metroidvania?
take on dangerous enemies in 3D action RPG combat.
What?
Use your powers to overcome foes.
And what the fuck is this game? And then there's like 3D arena boss fights? What?
Outside the labyrinth,
And then it's
improve your
Persona?
stats. And spend
Pick
time
a
with your
lane, bro.
friends
What game
as
are you?
Prepare to conquer Xanadu. The battle between
Xanadu.
man and monster begins.
Here.
Discover the truth.
Let me
when
clarify. I don't think that these games are necessarily shit.
Kyoto
Like, I'm sure this is
Xanadu
great
launches
for
on
people who are
Nintendo
into
Switch
it.
2 and
But
Nintendo
fucking
Switch
pick a lane.
systems this summer. Check out these anime-style games.
You mean this
It's
whole
time to
direct?
evolve in the latest Digimon story game. One day, a powerful blast causes the world to collapse.
I have no interest in
and sends you
Digimon, I'm
8
sorry.
years into the past. With over 450
Do you think Pokemon
Digimon
Company
to
is mad
collect,
that this is in this direct?
adventure through the human world and digital world to save the future. And on Nintendo Switch 2, you can select quality mode,
Wow.
playing in 4K at 30 frames per second, or performance mode, playing in full HD.
Yo, where
at
is
60
the
frames per
majority of that lady's shirt? Did you see that?
Digimon Story
Just like
Time Stranger
here
launches
down
on
was
Nintendo
gone.
Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems July 10th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. An adventure set high in the sky is soaring in.
Granblue.
Form your party from a roster of over 20 characters, each with their own fighting style. Channel the power
I say
of
this
teamwork
as someone who
and
does
summon
a
mighty
VTuber,
primal
and
beasts
my
to
VTuber
vanquish
is
your
very
enemies.
anime.
You can also team
The
up in
anime
local
art style
or
in
online
games is
multiplayer.
like, on one hand, I could say it's overdone, but so too is like realism. So I don't know.
Grand Blue Fantasy.
I just feel
Relay,
like
Endless Ragnarok
It's so
launches
hard
on
to
Nintendo
distinctify
Switch
them,
2,
and I feel the
July
same
9th.
way about both like anime style games
The
and
latest Monster Hunter
there's
Stories
that.
game is flying in.
anime style games and
Your monster allies, called Monsties,
like
can
realism
learn
games, like
special
all
abilities
of
through
the
a
games that
ceremony
fall under
called
that category. I just have a hard time
Upchanneling.
telling them apart visually.
Raise your Monsties as you travel the world. The lands lie on
This
the brink
at
of
least
disaster.
does have a unique like
Monsters are
cell
on the
shading
verge
to
of
it,
extinction,
and this looks
and the
nice.
riders trying to
Just
save
to,
the
you know,
world will have to
contradict
contend with
myself.
an even greater threat.
I'm vaguely interested in MH stories, but even then, I'm probably not a day one.
Nintendo Switch 2, March 13th. A demo will be available later today on
Maybe I'll
Nintendo
try out the
eShop.
demo, though.
Save data can be transferred to the full game once purchased.
I know what Froze is
New
doing later
titles are
today.
joining the archives.
Daytona!
Rave Racer, published
that's
by
not-
Namco
oh,
in
damn it.
1995, speeds into the Arcade Archives 2 lineup. Aim
I thought
for
it was
first place
Daytona.
in a race against your rivals. And get ready for a new line of home console titles. Console Archives is on the way. Doraemon.
How is this different from NSO?
Sonic Wings Special.
Yeah, new Sonic game!
And more will be released over time.
What the
The
fuck am
first
I looking
wave
at?
of Console Archives titles includes Cool Borders
It's
and
just like,
Ninja Gaiden 2, The Dark Sword of Chaos.
I guess they just want to sell these games. They don't want to just put them on NSO.
Nintendo Switch 2 later today.
Fuck you! We're doing our own virtual console, says third party.
Okay, sizzle reel. Find anything you want to buy? I didn't.
I mean, like I said, there's good games here, just nothing that I personally am like, oh my god, I gotta... the Bomberman game. Bomberman, actually. I go gore about Bomberman. I'm probably gonna get that.
But even then, that's not like a huge thing.
Is this the series, by the way, where you can do, like, the custom fighters? Yeah, that looks like the Fallout Vault game. Oh, well, I guess also another thing I just remembered is FF7 Rebirth. I might be interested in that, but I still... If I play that, I don't know if I'm getting it on PC or Switch 2. There's drawbacks to both, I hear, so... This is probably getting me copyright claimed, and I only just now thought of that. Finally, April Fool's Day release.
Wake up, little June.
Why are you hiding? Let's make some noise.
This game looks interesting. Tales of Arise. Heard good things about this series, but...
We found another body. I need your eyes on the crime scene.
Well, remember when I said they weren't doing 10 minutes of Resident Evil 9?
Mysterious deaths occurs across America.
Well, they're doing 6 minutes of it.
FBI analyst Grace Ashcroft is captured by the suspect while investigating the case.
I really thought that they had shown everything they had to show for this game. It comes out in like a week or 2 weeks. Yeah, where was
In her
MH
attempt to
Wilds?
escape, Grace comes up against unknown threats. A limited supply of healing items and ammunition are at her disposal. Will she confront the threats head on, or save her ammo for the next encounter? For Grace,
Resident Evil.
impending doom is always close at hand.
Horror games just aren't really my thing.
Meanwhile, another agent working for an anti-bioterrorism organization is also on the case.
Who?
Leon S. Kennedy.
Never heard of that motherfucker.
Raccoon City Hall, dead from the same thing.
Resident Evil 4. No, that didn't happen.
With his physical prowess, Leon can parry an opponent's attack, then strike to break.
I'm sorry,
the
did that
stunned
motherfucker
opponent's
a
stance
second ago
in
grab a
close-quarters
chainsaw?
combat. He can fire from a distance using handguns and rifles,
Wow, you suck.
or use an enemy's weapon against them.
Notice
Leon has
how
a
he just
varied
completely
arsenal of
whiffed
attacks
that
at his
shot in the
disposal.
trailer footage.
This game features both
Like, it was this far away.
It
wasn't even close.
And you can change your perspective at any time.
This is an interesting thing, though. I do like
There are multiple
that
difficulty
you can do
options
third
available,
or first person for the
including a mode
game.
for less experienced players that features aim assist.
Great.
Guide Grace as she attempts to escape
Still going.
unprecedented
Okay.
terrors, and Leon, who relies on strength to carve his own path. What will they discover?
What
when
will we
their fates
find?
intertwine? Resident Evil Requiem launches on the Nintendo Switch 2
hang
system,
on.
February 27th.
The wreck's not over,
Pre-orders
maybe.
are available now on Nintendo eShop. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard
Get on with it, I
and
don't care.
Resident Evil Village will also be available the same day.
They announced that forever
Horror-filled
ago.
Excitement awaits, whether you play these games or Resident Evil Requiem first. Plus, a Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller featuring original art is releasing
That's
alongside
kind of cool.
the
I don't
games.
want it, but I do
Amiibo
like that.
figures of Grace and Leon will also be available.
Oh god,
this
plastic
summer.
Leon
You
amiibo.
can scan them to receive in-game weapon skins.
Wow. Weapon skins.
Resident Evil
$500.
Requiem, the latest entry in the Resident Evil series, is launching later this month. You can also look forward to a creator's voice video featuring a member of the Resident Evil Requiem development team. The video will release in the near future. Next is our last announcement.
Okay, one more.
Hey everybody, from all of us here at Bethesda Game Studios. If you're like us, Nintendo has meant so much to you from
Well,
your early days
dream
of
is
gaming
dead,
to now.
Xenosaga.
It was incredible for us to partner on the original Switch, and it was just such a great piece of hardware and also so personal when you play. We're excited to finally bring a number of our franchises for the first time
Fallout,
to Nintendo.
please?
We hope you all enjoy the journey.
Okay.
Vault Dwellers, welcome home.
I did ask for this.
Fallout 4
I literally
Anniversary Edition is
I
emerging on
summoned
Nintendo
this.
Switch 2.
Fallout.
Scavenge, shoot, build,
L plus ratio.
and create
You
alliances
fall
as
out.
you reshape the wasteland.
4
and
is
what
not the good
remains
one
of
I've heard.
civilization. Every choice matters. Fancy yourself a smooth talker.
It looks like
or
it's still
planning to
360
pump up your
graphics.
power armor. Choose from hundreds of perks that fit your playstyle. Every road leads somewhere new. From the heart
God,
of
yeah,
Diamond
it
City
looks
to
crusty
the
as
shadowy
hell.
corners of forgotten vaults. The Commonwealth
Why does it
is
look so
packed with
crusty? The
stories
Switch 2
waiting
can
to
do
be
better than
uncovered.
this.
In addition to the base game, experience 6 official expansions and
Oh.
over 150 Creation Club items to expand your adventure. Grab your Pip-Boy and traverse
know if
the
that's new or
wasteland
not.
in Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, launching on Nintendo Switch
Okay.
2. February
Doesn't look like it's an
24th.
anniversary edition.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo
Looks like it's
eShop.
beta footage.
The year is 1937. Sinister forces
Oh, yeah, I
are
forgot
on the hunt
Bethesda
for
made
ancient
this.
power, and only one person can stop them.
Watch me.
Embark on a globe-trotting cinematic adventure in Indiana
I knew this came from
Jones and the
Microsoft,
Great
but-
Circle. Set between the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade, Indy will journey around the world to uncover the mystery behind the
It's
Great
the
Circle.
vibe for the game to be
From the
crusty?
pyramids of
No.
Giza to the sunken temples
See,
of
this looks...
Sukhothai and
Actually, this
beyond.
doesn't look too
Use
bad.
your wits to infiltrate historic areas and solve fiendish puzzles.
And this is a game from, like, what,
Or
2
use
years
your
ago?
wit to face off against dangerous foes and explore a world full of daring escapes and unforgettable encounters.
Watch out!
Adventure calls when Indiana Jones and the Great Circle
What
launches
a
on
great
Nintendo
name.
Switch 2,
The
May
Circle.
12th.
Don't you love
Pre-orders begin later
circles?
today
Circles!
on Nintendo eShop. Explore the vast landscape of Cyrodiil in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered.
You know, I was gonna say this at the beginning of the stream, and then
open-world RPG
I
now on a Nintendo
I
system for
pivoted
the
to talk
first
about
time.
Fallout instead.
Freely customize your character to match your playstyle. Then adventure amongst an unforgettable cast of characters.
By the grace of the gods,
Ah, the dithering is just so crusty. Is there really no other way we can do hair?
To close shut the jaws of Oblivion. Master ranged or melee weapons. Wield powerful magic or use stealth skills to best your foes. In this remastered version, character models, weapons, even rocks and sweet rolls have all been meticulously recreated. Combat animations have
Thanks for
also
talking
been
about the
updated
sweet
to give
rolls,
them
Todd.
a modernized touch. Plus, the Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine expansions are included alongside the main story to take your adventure even further. Step through the gates once more when The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered launches
Not even
on
a
the
date
Nintendo
on that.
Switch 2 system.
Didn't this originally just
year.
shadow drop when they revealed it for everything else?
We hope you're excited for these games from Bethesda Softworks.
I'm not.
That's all for
It's
today's
just Fallout
Nintendo
4.
Direct
I want like
Partnership
3 or
Picks.
New Vegas. I don't care about Fallout 4. Like, that's the one that I've heard like the most mixed reception on. I know some people really like it, don't get me wrong, but I want to play 3. You know, if I'm going to get into the franchise, that's the one I was told to start with. Bomberman and FF7 are probably the only 2 things in this direct that I care about, and even then, I'm not, like, losing my mind here. Elliot, I guess, was fine, but we already knew about that. It's good to have a release date. That was in fact the direct. Remember when I said I was going to be whelmed when this direct was finished? I lied. I'm underwhelmed. That was certainly time spent sitting in front of a computer screen. Listen, I don't mean to be a negative Nancy. Like I said, some of these games, like this one right here, I forget what this one's called, but this game actually looks like the art style. I really like the way this game looks. I don't want to play it. I haven't even played Split Fiction, so anime Split Fiction is like, you lose me there. I'm gonna be real. We have Split Fiction, like I said, we just haven't gotten around to actually playing through it yet. Hollow Knight, you know, this, oh, you're not seeing the screen again. Hollow Knight is okay. You know, like I said before, this is like a 7 or 8 out of 10 game for me that a lot of people insist is a 10 out of 10. And hey, if you love it, then you love it. All right, I'm not here to be negative Nancy. I'm not here to take that away from you. I'm not losing my mind at the Switch 2 edition, because really all it is updated frame rate and 120 FPS. We've known about this for like a couple months now at this point that this was coming. It's nice that it's shadow dropped, available now. Not losing my mind over it. Let's see what else. Fucking Valheim. Yeah, no thanks. I'll play it on PC if I want to play it. I don't. Sport Ball. Like I said, I know the HD 2D thing is very tired, and I agree. This is going to be the first HD 2D game I'm personally actually going to buy. I think. I don't think I've bought any others. I played the demo for Octopath. I don't think I actually played the full version of it, though, because I was like, whatever. And it's not to say that an art style, just because an art style, and I kind of said this before with the anime thing and the realism thing, too. I have to check myself and note that an art style doesn't really make... it's not... I'm struggling to find my words here. It's not indicative of the quality of the game itself, right? Just because it uses an art style that everything else uses or a lot of other things are using. I mean, quite honestly, there's only so many ways you can make a game look, you know, without it looking like something else. And, you know, this industry has been doing its thing for 40 years now. Of course, at some point, you're just going to run out of different art styles. Now, that said, there are obviously other things people could do to make their games look interesting. So, you know, I'm not here to tell you if you're not interested in the game, then let that be that. You know, I'm not going to try to convince you otherwise necessarily. But I'll say for me personally, when I first saw it, I was like, oh boy, another HD 2D game, okay? And then I played the demo, and I actually quite liked it. So I like the dungeon exploring quite a lot. The music was good. I like the portraits. I like that this is, I think, the Bravely Default artist, right? Maybe. Yes, it's a little overdone, the HD 2D thing, but the game also, the most important thing for me was, and this is not a thing that I can like explain to you, but the game feel of the combat, it's not a turn-based RPG. A lot of these HD 2D games are like HD 2D turn-based RPG remakes or like Octopath or something like that. This is like a Zelda game. Like A Link to the Past, not quite with the top-down, but like the angled perspective. And even then, it's like it's kind of halfway between A Link to the Past and like something more like Ocarina of Time. It's got like full like dungeon exploring. It's got items from what I remember of it. Orochi, I remember that motherfucker in Okami. Yeah, I'm interested. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it. I remember the little shrine things were pretty fun too. I don't know if I'm going to stream this one, but I think I am going to get it and play this one for myself. This is cool. I still want to see Bomberman 64 on NSO at some point, but I don't know. Maybe they're going to do a console archive of that. What the hell is that? I guess it's just like they really didn't want to put Ninja Gaiden on NSO. Like whoever owns the rights to Ninja Gaiden was like, no, I want to sell that to you. I don't know. I really wasn't really impressed with this direct, all things considered. I don't think this really made me interested in anything that I wasn't already interested in. Monster Hunter is cool. I will probably play MH Stories 3 when that comes out, but probably not on day one. That's coming out in like a little more than a month, and I've got plenty of games up until then. Resident Evil, like I said, not my thing. Just horror games in general are not my thing. Call me a wussy crybaby bitch boy if you would like, but it's not even that I get scared of them. It's just like the gore. I don't know. Like, and I've watched like graphic shows before. You know, Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows. That is not like a gore-free experience. You know, I've watched a lot of the Amazon show The Boys. That is an insanely gross show to watch on a gore level. But on that note, I've several times considered not watching that show because it is just too gory for me. So I have watched, I think I'm caught up to, I don't know if the show has had any recent episodes lately, but I think I'm caught up on the show. So it's not like I can't stomach it. It's just, I don't love it. You know, I don't like the gore stuff. It's not my thing. But again, that's not to say that it's bad or anything. It's just, you gotta realize what is and isn't your thing, and I guess that's my reason. But on that note, you know, I have had a passing interest in the Resident Evil series. You know, I tried that one Resident Evil 4 stream many, many years ago, and then the batteries were dead in my Wii remote, and I didn't have any in my house. So I was like, I'll stream this another time. I don't have the batteries right now. And then I just never rescheduled the stream because I was just like, I don't really want to, you know? And like, I played it because it was like Halloween season and I wanted to do something Halloween themed for once. Because I rarely do, aside from like playing the Luigi's Mansion games. And yeah, I've just not really had a desire like strong enough to get me to play. It's been something that's like in the back of my head. I'm like, you know, before I die, when I leave this mortal coil, I'd like to play at least one Resident Evil, you know? But considering how limited my time with streaming can be, I have to be very selective with what I do stream and what I just kind of play on my own. And the unfortunate thing with choosing to play something on my own is 9 times out of 10, I don't finish it. Very rarely do I finish it. Metroid Prime 4, I finished. I was fucking one item away from 100%ing. I tried to 100% it, and I just couldn't find the last item. So I was like, whatever. Age of Imprisonment, I might finish, but I'm probably not going to 100% that game. I'm starting to get a little burnt out on the side content from that. And just want to see the story through on that one. Trying to think, what else have I even played off stream lately? Megan might know. I mean, Hytale, I guess. I played a little bit off stream, but it's kind of a different thing entirely, I think, for the sake of the conversation. But yeah, I mean, this direct, I don't think it was like awful. It was just full of a lot of things that weren't for me. And so by that metric, yeah, it was disappointing. There was a decent amount of information here though. And I do have to also remind myself, I'm sure Twitter's already typing away about how this is the worst direct of all time, and then how Nintendo is doomed and all this other shit. I gotta keep in mind, you know, like what? Like I said at the beginning of the stream, like 2-3 weeks ago, Nintendo was just randomly dropping shit tons of updates out of nowhere. And granted, we don't know a lot of what's coming up in the future. We know about Mario Tennis. We know about Tomodachi Life. We know about Rhythm Heaven. And is that it? Is there anything else? Oh, yeah, SpongeBob Titans of the Tide, I did play pretty much entirely. In fact, I didn't stream it at all. Yeah, that was one game that I did finish. But to SpongeBob's credit, that game is 6 hours. So, yeah, that was an easy one to finish. Bonanza, I did stream. I did like one-offs of showing my progress with the game. But Bonanza was another game that I did play entirely off stream and did finish and loved. I 100% of that game. Did not really go back for the DLC. It wasn't really interested. But, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say other than I'm happy for fans of these games and these franchises that are here. I can't say that they showed no games, because they showed games. They just showed games that I'm not into. So, I guess that's it. So, cheese. Stretch cheese! But, okay, you know what? One more thing I'm going to touch on, and then we'll talk closing stream. I think this direct, because Froze just said something. Froze said, I need something this year. And I don't know, obviously, it's only February 5th. You know, there's still a whole year ahead of us left to go. But the way 2025 is feeling right now, this is a great year if you have a backlog. You know, this is going to be a great year for me to check out a bunch of shit that I've had on my list for years and never gotten around to. Dave the Diver. Fucking Rift of the Necrodancer. Maybe actually finally finishing Crypt of the Necrodancer on that note. You've hit the end of your backlog, really. Interesting. Well, you know, obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but you know what you're into, right? And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, try this. You know, I'm sure you already know what you do and don't want to play. But for me, there's an overwhelming amount of things that's like, oh, I would like to try this, and oh, I haven't tried that, and I want to get around to this eventually. So I guess in that regard, I'm a little spoiled. And I'm sorry that I don't have a lot of suggestions that I'm like, Froze, you gotta try this. What are you doing? You know? But also, you know, I see a lot of people who kind of play a game once. And I'm not talking anyone specific here, but just something I'm noticing a lot, even in myself, really. But I'm seeing this a lot online where a lot of people will play a game once and then like that's it. Like that's their whole experience. You know, they don't go back to it. They don't do second playthroughs. And I'm personally really finding a lot more zen in doing like second playthroughs or challenge runs, like me doing Rando, for example. I don't really have anywhere I'm going with this conversation, but just like, I don't know, maybe try playing something you've already played or retrying something. I don't know. But also in general, you know, like I said, you know your own interests. I'm not going to sit here. I don't know what you do and don't like. I've got, you know, if you show up to my chat like Froze and other people here, I could probably get a good idea, excuse me, of like individual things that you may or may not like. But like, obviously, you know your interests better than I do. And so I'm not going to try and sit here and be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, there's tons of shit out there, you know. But my thing, and I'm just purely speaking from myself here, my thing that I have really come to appreciate is that I'm finding a lot more games that I'm giving shots to that I probably have written off in the past as well. So, I don't know. That's why with a direct like this, I'm not trying to be like bootlicker, like genuinely. I'm genuinely doing everything I can to not come across as like a fanboy, because that just kind of pisses me off, right? I want to be open and honest and be like, hey, if this interests me, this doesn't interest me, you know, be open and honest about that. But on that note, I can't call a direct like this bad, because who knows? You know, who knows? Maybe some of these games on here are going to be some of the best games of all time, and I will never play them, and I won't know that. You know, but you know, I don't know where this conversation came from. I apologize. This kind of got a little preachy. That's not really what I was going for. I think I'm just tired. All that to say, yeah, I mean, I'm a little disappointed by this direct. I don't think it was a great direct for me, but, you know, they did have some games. I felt like the direct itself was decently well paced. Like, I don't feel like they spent too long on any one thing. Maybe Resident Evil, but even then, they only spent like 2-3 minutes on it. Okay, whatever. I felt like the direct was fine. Pacing wise, it's just, yeah, the games themselves are what is the biggest thing, and none of them were for me. But all right, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I do deeply apologize. I don't mean to come off as like preachy or anything like that. I know that can also get rather frustrating to listen to. It's like, oh, you're talking to like a wall, you know, and then like the wall doesn't respond back to me. And like the point of like what your opinion really is like over here, and I'm like talking over here, you know? So all that to say, you know, play what you want to play. Don't play what you don't want to play. Yakuza Fish will be inbound on the stream very soon, I think. I hope I can spin a fish in Yakuza Kiwami 1. But anyways, thank you for watching. So once again, sorry for the ramble. I I will be here today, I think, but my sleep schedule is going to be all kinds of fucked. I have a company meeting today where I have to be awake at 2 p.m. I work third shift for those who don't know me. I have to be awake at 2 p.m. and drive 30 minutes, go to work, sit down, listen to a boring meeting about our, like, how the company did last quarter, which I already have a pretty decent understanding of anyways. And then drive 30 minutes back and then either go back to bed or stay awake. And I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do yet, but stay tuned. I could be going live early with Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time. And if I do, that'll probably be around like 5 or 6. And then I'll stream until I'm tired and then want to go to bed, or maybe I'll just stream until, you know, it's time for me to normally end. I don't know, but all I do know is if I come home from that meeting and then try to go to bed again, I'm probably not going to reliably be able to wake up for stream again. So if you don't see me live, first of all, mind your own damn business. Second of all, I'm probably sleeping. Yeah, that's that. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Hopefully it's not too long before there's another direct that actually does impress me. Because yeah, this one wasn't it for me, but I didn't really think it was too bad. It's just, again, not really for me.